Hi friends, welcome back to another lesson of the homophones as we have done earlier with our homophones part 1, and I made you promise that I will be coming back with another lesson of homophones. So I have compiled another list of some homophones, and plus there is a little activity where you can answer these sentences. So you all have to just stay with us till the end of the whole lesson. So you will surely going to learn some new vocabulary, some new words, and with their differentiation. So let's just get started. Okay, for the homophones, as we have studied earlier, and those who are coming at the very first time to my channel. So, what are homophones? Basically, homophones are the words which have the same sound, but they do different in their meanings and in their spellings. So, as we discussed with the in the previous, you can see the example in the previous lesson. We do have a homophones part 1 where we have discussed about a word eight. So it means there are two different words like eight, ate, that is called the past tense of eat, and eight, it is a number eight, it is a number family, one of the member of the number family. So let's just get move forward. Okay, here is the first set of word we have, that is called stair. So basically the meaning of the word stair, stair, it is a set of steps leading from one floor to the another. It is like as a connector. Another we have with us the same sound, but here is a different meaning and a spelling, that is called stare. That's someone staring you. Someone is like continuously keep on watching you with constantly fixed eyes. So this is the basic difference between these two words, stare and stare. Another word is tail. Over here, tail is of two types, is of like two different categories. Tail, T-A-L-E, it is a story, it is a just a story, just a moral story, or many of the kids are going through with a bedtime stories. And the other one is tail, Tail, means to say in the for the animals we have seen they do have a tail piece, they do have a tail, as you can say some kind of like a movable, and it is a quite long, but it is a quite you can say a lengthy one, tail piece. So this is all about the tail. Now we have with us knot. If I'm going to pronounce a word knot, then definitely the very first thing comes in your mind is the knot. Means to say on my right side, if you can see, it is knot, N-O-T. That's something which is in negative form, and we have used mostly not when we have to deny, when we have to disagree from something. If your mother asking you that have you completed with your homework, so you might be answering no, I do not. So you are replying to your mother a little negative, a little you can say disagreement, a little like uh, inclination with your mother. So this is all about. So it is basically a negative form uses in the verbs and the tenses. So we do have here an example. He didn't need any proof. So I have used here a shortened form where I have used the contraction here. I have replaced the letter O with the dash, you can say with the sign of the dash. It is, we have used this in the contractions. Onto the left side, if we can see not here, so you will have an understanding again if it is a not. So not is basically in this spelling, K is the silent letter, but we do include this because the meaning of this particular word, the vocabulary is twist, something which is like bend, something which is like twist. So if for example if someone is playing or someone is connecting from one part to the other with the help of the threads or with the help of any other thing, so you might be tying up the knots, you might be like joining them together. So basically when you are making it a knot to make it a full grip or to make it a close connection between the two other parts, so you are making a knot. So hopefully this difference is very much clear. Now the next is break and break. If I come for the break, so for the very first spelling on the left side, B-R-E-A-K, it has two different sense. One is called a divide, that something has been divided among the persons, or either it is an interval. For example, in your school whole day you might be having 4 lessons, 5 lessons, and then you having some snack time break or a full lunchtime break. So that is called a particular interval where you have given some other activity, some other time for your like enjoyment, for your relaxation, for your some eating activity. Another means or sense we can took from this, it is divide, that you are basically making you have a complete meal in your home and you are actually dividing this among into 2 people or into 4 people. So it is like a break, B-R-E-A-K. On the right side, it is a break. Basically, it is a device for slowing or stopping a moving vehicle. Yes, you all have seen this in the vehicles, in the cars, in the motorbikes, or even in the cycles, or even in the scooties as well. So they do have a brake where you're going to put the moving vehicle into a stopping or a slowing motion. It means you where you're going to perform a particular action, this action, so that it will stop the vehicle or slow down the speed of that vehicle. So this is all about brake and brake. So this is a little introduction. So this time I thought it of that why not to include my little introduction booster in the middle. So this is all about the AZ Learning Space. So those who are new to our channel, so I would like you all to please kindly follow us on the Instagram with this name az.learning.space, and onto YouTube you can find us with the AZ Learning Space. So help us grow and reach us to the maximum people so that everybody could benefit. Okay, now let's have some action. Let's put our thoughts into some actions. So I want all of you to think it off, and then you can write down the answer, or you can even practice this in your free time. Try and learn. Let's answer this. The very first, my dog has a curly dash. The very first choice is tail, or the other one is tail. So which one you found the best? And which one is the correct? My dog has a curly tail, T-A-I-L. On the next, this is the correct answer, highlighted with the green color. Now the another one. So ready everyone? We usually go to bed at dash 8 or 8. Which one will be correct? It is 8. We usually go to bed at what time? Like 8 or some particular time. I want to mention here one thing regarding you can say the time slots, that always we will be using the preposition 8 to a particular time period, to a particular destination. So soon inshallah I will be preparing a lesson on the punctuations and the prepositions, and I will surely going to upload on my channel. So be active and stay tuned on my AZ Learning Space. Okay, let's move forward. Do dash tie the 2 ropes. So it means that which one will be the correct knot or knot. The knot, the first knot is basically related to something that you need to tie something, and knot is means something that you are disagree or disapproval of something. So the correct answer is do not tie the 2 ropes. It means someone is asking you, do not tie the 2 ropes, do not bound the ropes together. Here is the correct answer. Now this one is the last. The dash was ripe and juicy. We have choices here, pear and pear. So probably it is related to something which is like of tasting sense. It is related to one of tasting sense. So surely ripe and juicy. It's pear, P-E-A-R. So that is the answer. So I hope all of you have learned today a lot more about the homophones, and if you are really enjoying with our lessons and what you really want to learn more. So please kindly do comment me, and you can connect us on the Instagram and share your thoughts, and even you can message me and share our work with the maximum people. So till then, stay tuned for the next lesson. We'll be meeting you very soon. Bye bye everyone, take cares.